Hey, look at that. That's what's up. I like that. All right. All right. All right. We're going live. I'm going to go live on Instagram. Hopefully it doesn't mess things up. I'm now live. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to the late afternoon show. It's your boy, Tim O'Leary, in the house. Let's go. We're just going to take a second to vibe right now. Hey, it's the end of the day. It's 5 o'clock where I'm at. I don't know what time it is where you are, but just got to chill. We made it to Tuesday, y'all. Let's go. Hey, we got a live show for you tonight. Let's see if folks are hopping on. We're telling your followers, all right, we're live on Instagram. We're live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn. We're live on YouTube. If you are joining us, type and say hey in the chat. If you are joining us live, like you're with us live, I want you to give us a thumbs up. If you are joining us in the rebroadcast, which is showing up afterwards, I want you to put a heart. All right, so I see a thumbs up there. Put a heart if you're joining us in the rebroadcast. Okay, all right. Jalissa, what's up? What's up? We got some LinkedIn folks on here. What's up to my LinkedIn fam? Anybody that's on the IG, what's up? What's up? We're going to get going here. Anybody on YouTube? What's up? What's up? All my people on Facebook, what's up? What's up? Yo, it's the late afternoon show. Let me throw this down a little bit. I am super excited to invite you to the late afternoon show with Tim O'Leary. I probably should have started this in the summer where the afternoon actually looked like afternoon. It is pitch black outside. So it is almost feeling like the late night show, but we don't want to steal from Jimmy Fallon and those guys. So we're going to keep it to the late afternoon show. And the whole point of the late afternoon show is after work, you're coming home, you're chilling, you're vibing, getting the kids some dinner, probably getting ready to kick back and relax. And so this whole thing is just for us to vibe together, to laugh a little bit. I'm going to be shooting off some corny jokes. What's up, Roger? What's up, Roger? Thanks for joining us. So I've been trying my hand in comedy. And one thing that I've found is that comedy is all about delivery and all about energy. Right now that I'm doing this show with no live audience. So it's just me and the screen and you guys. So if I bomb, I only got myself to blame. What's up, Megan from Memphis? Thank you for joining us. I am so excited that folks are coming through. So, we'll jump right into it. We'll talk about some of the news of the day. We'll start off with the good news, right? You always have that good news, bad news situation. Good news is that these companies are coming out with vaccine. I mean, they're coming out with their tests fast. I mean, Pfizer announced, and then a couple other announced that they are at 95% effectiveness in treating COVID-19. And that's good. I mean, warps, and these things are coming super fast. So, they actually have a code name for it, right? For the speed that these vaccines are coming out. The code name is warp speed, right? So that is how they're codifying it. Unfortunately, the code name that they have for Trump leaving the office is slow motion. But, we gotta take it as it is. Right. And to the credit with all this election stuff that's been going on, there's been a lot of controversy, right? Especially on social media, right? Folks have been mad at Twitter. Can you believe it? Folks are mad at Twitter because they're saying that Twitter has been censoring and putting all these things, and it's not allowing for free speech. And so folks have been revolting. And so they have this whole new other platform called Parler. I don't know if you guys have heard, there's a whole new platform called Parler that folks are saying, hey, get off of Twitter, go to Parler. It's another kind of Twitter competitor. And so when they asked Joe Biden about the social media controversy between Twitter and Parler, Joe Biden was like, well, folks should not be going to beauty parlors until we get the vaccination. So he's a little out of touch. He's a little out of touch. I'll give him that. But again, like I said before, I like my presidents old. I like them old. I like them seasoned. But and unfortunately, especially here in California, we've seen the cases go up, right? We've seen a spike in cases. I don't know how it is around the world. Maybe in Memphis, I don't know. I know Texas has been hit hard. I know some of the other states have seen a spike. What's up, Naisha? Joining us on Facebook. What's up, Roger? What's up, everybody joining us? Thank you so much for joining us on the late afternoon show. But we're just talking about the unfortunate spike in cases, right? In California, it feels like we're heading to another lockdown, right? So that's what it feels like, and it's not great having to go through the holidays in lockdown mode. You can't, go see your friends and family and things like that. So it's really unfortunate. But what is not going to get locked down is our governor's hair gel supplier. This guy, it doesn't matter if there's a pandemic, if there are wildfires. Have you seen Gavin Newsom's hair? It stays slicked, stays gelled back. So when everything else is shutting down, if you are in the hair gel supply industry, let me let you know that your business is safe, because Gavin Newsom will definitely lead it. Will definitely need it. So guys, we're excited. We're excited to talk to you guys tonight. Thumbs up if you're joining us for live. Big heart if you're joining us in the rebroadcast. We're gonna play games. We're gonna win prizes. We actually got swag. Let me show you the swag that we got. Let me show you about the swag that we got for folks that are going to be playing our game. Before we introduce our guest, we got some swagnets. All right, look at that, Mr. Meaningful Work. We got the Mr. Meaningful Work logo. You put it on anything metal, that bad boy sticks. Meaningful Monday, right? We don't have to go into Monday all dreary and sad. You slap this Meaningful Monday calendar and you're reminded that it's a meaningful Monday, full Monday, full Monday, hey. And then if you want Mr. Meaningful Work himself, woo, mama, there goes that man. Oh, there goes that man right there. Man, so if you want some Mr. Meaningful Work, you play our game, you win. We've already had some prize. I'll send you a whole set of these Mr. Meaningful Work swagnets. When I tell you that our guest is the bee's knees and the bee's thighs and the bee's toes and the bee's wings, that would be an understatement, because Ilia Francis is all of that and some. I'm going to let her introduce herself a little bit, but we're going to bring her in. I'm going to throw up this music so we can get vibing. Ladies and gentlemen, let us introduce, hey, we got Ilia Francis in the house. In the house. There she go. Hey, let's bring her on the IG Live as well. Yo, where are you at? Where you at? Hey, guys, Ilia Francis is the one. Where is she at? There she is.
Can you hear me? How are you guys?
Yo, let me throw this down. Let us hear from our guest, Ilia Francis.
This. Let's make sure that there's no echo, there's no feedback, but I'm super excited to be here, and thank you so much for inviting me, Tim.
Oh, man, we are so happy to have you. I invited you on IG as well, so I don't know if you're able to get on that so that we can get folks on there. But if not, it's okay. We are right here. Ilia Francis, I love trying to introduce my guests and giving them this long. I remember when I came on your show, you had done the research. You gave me one of the best introductions that I've ever received from anybody. And I have to look at myself and be like, is that me? I didn't do all of that stuff? What? Okay. But Ilia reached out. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Why don't you tell the folks, if you had, one floor, you're in the elevator and you got to go from floor 1 to floor 2, and you have to tell folks about yourself, what would that look like for you?
But once and for all, this is a show, so let me sit down on my chair like if I was being uninvited from the Jimmy Fallon show. So
there you go. Okay, here she goes. Hello,
hey. How are you guys? So thank you so much again for inviting me, Tim. I am an environmental health and safety advisor. First of all, I have an engineering degree, but also I help small businesses and professionals to shine, to have a powerful LinkedIn presence. That is my 5-second elevator pitch, and I love helping people get to where they want to be. I realized that this was one of my passions and the joyful experience I was looking for so long. Even though I can sit down right now with a crew of 25, 50 construction workers in the oil and gas world and deliver health and safety training, I also love doing this. So
wow,
this is me in a nutshell.
That is awesome. And you know, one of the things I love, you said you like to have people, you like to help people shine, right? Show them how they can shine. And you embody that in your own presence. I mean, your smile is contagious. Your energy is contagious. You shine. You live by your own principles, right? The things that you share with other people as far as how to leverage their content, how to leverage the different platforms that they're on, you know, how to push their stuff. You live it. You're not just telling folks about it. You're actually doing it. And is that something that is intentional, like that you have to think about doing, or does that come naturally to you?
Well, I am not like you. You can go hit the record button and go live and feel, the natural. This is something that I've been training myself for over 3 years, 4 years. And this is, the demonstration. This is the best proof to say that if you want to do it, you can do it. You can get scrappy and you get better over time. There's no other way around it. So I remember that you had also some issues in your first episode, and I was there. I was there. You didn't see me, but I was there. And this is how we do it.
Yeah.
You will never get better if you don't show up for yourself.
Exactly.
Even when you know that you have a message. And this is how I found out myself. I knew that I had something to share, that I had a message, but I didn't know the medium. I didn't know how to project, how to turn this talent, this special message that I had for somebody or for something, an organization, a business, or another person. And little by little, when I found it with Adriana Romero, our little Venice, I realized that.
That is awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome. So do you find, I am obviously trying to build a brand around the idea of meaningful work and the exploration of meaningful work. If I was to ask you, what does meaningful work mean to you? What would you say?
It's been intentional. It's period. It's putting your best self, the effort, and it is aligning that best effort to your why, to the purpose of why you are here doing things, why you go and get up every day at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and you go to work, or every time that you get up and you start your work in a computer, whatever the aptitude, whatever the skill, whatever the job or you want to do, or the person you want to reach.
Yeah, I like that, and I like to gather various definitions of meaningful work, especially from folks that are living it, right? Where you have your day job, right? You're having the work that you're doing in the community, and then you have the work that you have to just motivate yourself to do and get the brand out there and wake up. And one of the things that I definitely resonate with you on is managing family in the midst of all of that. Ilia, for those that guys go follow her on
Instagram.
On Instagram, you will see her assistant. She has the smartest, cutest assistant that helps her out, in some of her shows. And I love that integration. For me, meaningfulness comes in not just enjoying the activities that you do towards whatever outcome you place value in, but how can you integrate other parts of your lives, right? How it's not mutually exclusive. And so what are some of the ways? I mean, I know you have your daughter there. This will be the question before we go into our game. But what are some of the ways that you do work-life integration versus having to manage work-life balance?
Exactly. There is no work-life balance, especially since March of 2012, where everything got upside down.
Yeah.
I have, you've seen her, almost 22 months old baby.
Yeah.
I have a 6-year-old boy who is homeschooling today, during the week, and the baby who is also homeschooling because she goes behind the camera. So you can imagine, they are so little right now that they are my priority.
Yeah.
And in between those naps, in between the gaps where the electronics allow me,
yeah,
I work. So in those moments of course, after hours, after they go to bed, even though I am very tired, this is where the creativity, must come up and start working. And I also not only have this venture as Ilia Francis for social selling, for LinkedIn, for small businesses and professionals, but also I have another venture, which was the original project I started, who is now called Hustle and Heels. And I am recording episodes because I am a podcaster too.
Nice.
And that is not, on my LinkedIn profile yet.
Oh, so you got secrets. You got secrets in the bag. You're not even showing us your whole hand. You got stuff in the back.
Yes, so being scrappy is my motto right now. But that is how you get to where you want to be. There's no other way around. If you're very polished, it might take you 1 year, 2 years, and I just don't want to have the waste of not getting in front of the camera and talking to people, not meeting people in person, in DMs, sending videos, because right now everybody is behind a screen. And so we're losing this touch. We are losing the human contact.
Yeah.
And by going through the easiest way to communicate, which right now for me is Instagram Live, Instagram video, and now that we have LinkedIn stories, you see me more active there. But in reality, I just spend my resources and my bandwidth where the priorities are, and I just go for it. So I don't know how you do it, because you also have a 9 to 5. I am not working on as an environmental health and safety advisor, because I intentionally said I'm going to allocate these resources, my time and my kids and LinkedIn. So
wow. That is something that I need to do better at. I envy you, and I envy the folks that are able to just dial in and focus, right? I have so many, they call me Mr. Octopus. I got so many different things that I'm doing, and I really need to get better at focusing. So yes, I have the 9 to 5, and I have the Mr. Meaningful Work. Just like you got stuff in the back, I got stuff in the back too. And I was actually working. I was telling, telling some friends. I was like, "Yo, I think I need to slow down. I think I got too many things. I got a little tech something that I'm working on. I got little, TV, show pilot that I'm working on. So the folks are able to focus, because you're really going to get the most value when you maximize your time on your strengths. I saw somebody Megan talked about the strengths in finding that passion. I really appreciate that. And you're gonna get the most value once you focus on that. So that's definitely something that I am working to, and I appreciate that you have made that commitment and made the sacrifices, right? Because sacrifices. Hey, I'm gonna leave this to jump into this.
Exactly. It is a choice because sacrifice sounds like suffering.
Yes.
It is a choice. It is a choice. Family. Yes, I think we are so used to getting to work that we, unfortunately, when the pandemic hit and we were all back to the basic of our society, which is the family, the house, then it was when we all reconsider what really matters. And what
Mhm.
really matters right now is that, kids are happy, kids are healthy. Of course, there's a social interaction that is lacking,
Yeah.
and we're doing our best right now. We
Yeah.
really don't know what's going to happen if, tomorrow, next month,
Yeah.
but we really are doing our best on keeping up with human interaction, socialization via screens, and also keeping the business running and being ourselves happy. So yeah, I just find that my message especially goes to those people like you, like me, like they have jobs, families, and also there's a passion that is burning and that is projecting into either video, meaningful work, social selling, and helping professionals to get up there, especially in pandemic times, because
Oh,
we
100%.
lost it. We lost it right now. So
Yeah. Man, Ilia, we got somebody that's giving book recommendations. Thank you, Megan. She's talking about the one thing. The one thing. That is a beautiful book on being able to focus and maximizing that thing that you're focused on. So we're gonna play a little game before we jump into the second half of our questions here. And this is a surprise for everybody. Ilia doesn't even know that we're playing this game because I'm always
had me freaking out. You're freaking me out. Since you told me there are games and raffles, and I just saw
Yes.
Steve Black with
Yeah, so you
journal
came prepared.
I just said, like, I need to get ready. I have my water.
I like that. I like that. Yes, that is good.
Pillow. Look at that.
Look at that. That is nice. That is nice. You're going all out. So this is what we're going to do. So this is going to be a getting to know you game. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask questions both from myself and from you. Whoever answers the most amount of questions correctly gets some Mr. Meaningful Work swag. All right, Mr. Meaningful Work swag. So we're going to ask 3 questions, and whoever gets the questions, gets them correctly, will win those prizes. So let me actually put some music on while we're playing this game. And where is it? I'm having to use my TV in the back here. But the first question, and folks, just type your answer in the chat. This is a question about Ilia. Where do you think where is Ilia from? Where is Ilia from? So put your guesses in the chat if you can answer where Ilia is from. Let's see those chats coming in while I try to find this. Where is Ilia from? Where do you think Ilia is from? Let's get some chats going in. And you can, Ilia, why don't you give us a hint? Give us the continent. Give us a continent of where you are from.
Oh, it's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot.
The continent is hot. The continent
has a very diverse weather, but the country is hot.
The country. So she comes from a very hot country.
12 degrees from the equator.
Latin America. So we got a guest that says Latin America. Is that warm or Cuba? Naisha says Cuba, Brazil. We got Brazil in the house. So are we? You got to let us know if it's warm or cold.
Aisha is hot. It's getting hot. Really.
Oh, Naisha is getting hot.
Naisha is really hot.
Oh, and Megan says Portugal. Portugal is next. Brazil.
Cold. Very freezing
Portugal
cold.
is cold. That is going in the opposite direction. We got Brazil. So Cuba was the hottest one. That was the closest so far.
Brazil was the hottest one.
Brazil was the hottest one. Panama. Naisha has answered Panama. Are we getting hotter or colder?
Warm.
We're getting warm. Oh, let's go. Who can get it? We got Panama. We're going to give you 5 more seconds. Panama. All right. We got 5, 4.
Listen to my accent. Listen to
her accent. If you can hear it in her accent, you got it. You got to be an accent specialist. All right. 3, 2, 1. All right, Ilia, tell us, where are you from?
I am from the beautiful Venezuela,
Venezuela,
the
Colombia.
oil-rich, politics-poor country.
So here is the surprise: is we are going to do a dance competition to Venezuelan music. So
Nice.
what is? Give me a song that we are going to play. I got my Spotify on here. Maybe I can just search Venezuelan music as I come over here. Do
You
you
can
have a favorite?
Latin American music and Venezuelan music. You can
So can we
there are
do?
a few beautiful ones. You can type guaco,
How do you spell that?
Guaco, Guaco. They are
G
Venezuelans.
G
Any
U
Latin
A
American
C
music
O.
will sound in Venezuela as well, but especially this is a band from my country, my hometown.
Guaco.
Yeah,
All right,
Guaco.
here it comes. Here it comes. We're going to listen to some Venezuelan music, and we are going to. I'm going to do my best to dance some Venezuelan dance. Is Waco the song?
No, it's the group.
Is the artist?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We got Pídeme. We got Le Eres Todo. We got Vivo. We got Zigzag. Which one?
Any of those.
All right. We're gonna do Vivo.
Yeah.
Here it goes. Here it goes. Some Venezuelan music.
This is just the start. This is the intro. That's not the.
Tus ojos en el cielo que me mojan de arrepentimiento. Sueños que quiebran el
Ilia is
camino.
from Venezuela. This is Waco.
Sueños
The
que
song is called
It's
Vivo.
just the intro, but it's very Latin.
siento que la vida se me ha ido si no estoy contigo. Siento la nostalgia y el dolor, yo mismo me castigo. Siento pasión.
Hey.
You did good. You did good.
Una gota.
So what are they saying in that song, Ilia?
I feel that with my life, I feel even more alive. That I can go and take with my notes my voice to others.
Oh my gosh, that is powerful. That is powerful. In fact, we're gonna let that play. We're gonna let that play in the background as we ask our next questions. All right, and then we'll play our next game here. So we're getting to know Ilia. We're getting to know Mr. Meaningful Work. Ilia is a brand enthusiast. She is a content expert. She has been leveraging her platform on LinkedIn, on Instagram to really share the message of how folks can be their best and be their brightest. And so what I want to ask you is, what are some entrepreneurial tips that you can give to somebody who is trying to build their brand on any social media platform? Let's say LinkedIn. You're heavy on LinkedIn, you're heavy on Instagram, but let's just choose LinkedIn as a professional site. What are some entrepreneurial tips you can give somebody trying to build their brand on that platform?
Introduce yourself. If you have never, if you're a professional and you're taking the leap to the business world, to the entrepreneurial world, start introducing yourself. And I didn't do this way until late last year, because I felt that because I was a professional and I also have a business, I didn't know how to marry both images. So I realized the more I follow the real LinkedIn gurus, I am the LinkedIn whisperers, and that's why I wanted to make a special mention that I do not consider myself an expert. I consider myself something, a whole entity that is not LinkedIn whisperer. I have many faces that are part of myself, but in LinkedIn especially, there are so many people that I really follow, that I really look up to, and they are the real LinkedIn experts. That I said, considering myself an expert, everybody can say it. I am an expert in human resources, health and safety. I have these so many years of experience. But do you have the social proof? I don't know. So as a LinkedIn expert, as a LinkedIn whisperer, as a LinkedIn enthusiast, find your voice. Don't feel afraid of telling who you are. And it took me truly 2 years to realize that you can have your own image. You can say and project who you want to be only if you're intentional. And people feel a little reticent about it because they think that you have to keep your company's culture, company's image, or stand behind them, stand behind that image. And it's not true. I realize that you are your only brand. You are your own, and you have a message. You
Yeah.
have a message that comes cohesive with the organization you work for. If you're a professional who works for
Yeah.
a company,
Yeah.
you're a part of a team. But also, if you're a business owner, you need to build your brand. You need
Yeah.
to show what are your unique skills, your
Yeah.
unique voice. What makes you jump out of bed?
Yeah.
And that is what really makes the difference between the thousands or the millions of LinkedIn experts that are right now around the world, right now active on the platform,
Yeah.
but also that connects you with that community that you're building, and that it's called your network. So
Yeah.
get your voice out. People, my clients and past colleagues have told me LinkedIn is really stiff. You have to be very corporate.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And I find that the farthest from the truth.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest example, it's you. It's for example, Jonathan Palmar, Shay Rowbottom. Those are people who show themselves, and
Yeah.
and they are not for everyone. Not everyone likes them,
Yeah.
and we're not here to be liked. You're here to bring a message. And
Yeah.
if somebody connects with your message, and if somebody actually listens to you and realizes that yes, this is how I feel, then you connect and you start building your community.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't have connection. We have other colleagues and community that you can build.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about community. I love that you use that word community versus connections because it gives you the sense of belonging, right?
Yes.
As opposed to just being connected, with somebody. Connected just kind of feels so sanitized, so sterile, right?
Yes.
But as community, like, hey, we're part of a tribe. We're part of, a group of folks that have similar vibes, similar passions, similar goals, and we're just all on this journey together. The last question I want to answer, that I want to ask you, and then we're gonna get one more song from you, or we're gonna get one more song from you to wrap us out here. Is you mentioned something that I love. You said, when I asked you when you're talking about being an expert, right, in something, folks can call themselves an expert, but there's a key thing that you said is, do you have the social proof, right? That's kind of like the thing that goes like, what's the evidence that shows that you can claim this expertise? One thing that I share in my day job to college students that we recruit to be in our executive training program is the importance of building your brand even before you even start working, right? So you build a body of work around your passions, around the things that you like to do. You have conversations, you have interactions, you post different things. What would be your advice to folks who are wanting to, they're looking at influencers, they're looking at folks that are experts, and they want to have a similar status in a particular, passion vein? What advice would you give to them on how to build that social proof?
Yes. First of all, find what you're good at. You need to know what you are good at, and then from there start finding your voice and creating. Show the proof that you can actually solve somebody else's problem.
Yeah.
So it is the nutshell of social selling, and that is what organizations like corporations are good at. That's why social selling comes from, and it's because finding those 4 pillars, that building with content that sets them as the knowledgeable person, the go-to person in their field, in their industry. Then bringing, of course, a network of people who think and cheer for them who have, the same goals or similar goals. They have
Yeah.
maybe different point of view, but actually are within your spectrum. And then you find that person who actually really enjoy your content, your vibe, your energy, with a strong professional profile that that cover everything that you have on your LinkedIn profile. It's like your website.
Yeah.
It's your website. It's what Google ranks the highest. Not
Yeah.
even the website, unless you have thousands and thousands of visitors a day. But you are your own. You need to find what sets you apart as a human being, as a person.
Yeah.
Maybe you have 5 languages and you can communicate to people with 5 languages.
Yeah.
Maybe it is that you have such a great understanding and interpretation of abstract mathematics, and you bring it as a message simply to the world on LinkedIn. Well, go for it, but don't go and start building something that you are not, because people notice it and people won't react. People will not engage in it.
No.
And right now, I have a very small network. That's what that people would say, like, "Oh, Ilia, who? What?" And I don't care, because everybody starts from zero.
Yeah.
That's why. The more and the stronger your message is, people will start listening to you, will start reacting to you, and will start actually loving what you do. Will start actually connecting, just like you did. Just like I was scrolling through Instagram, and one of your videos stopped me. I started watching it, and I connected with you. I sent you a message. I told you what I thought about it, because I saw it. I saw how genuine you were, and also the vibe. So I said, I need to connect with this person, and I'm glad that we're here. Look at that.
100%. And finding what you're good at. What I'm hearing from you is, you find what you're good at, and you connect with folks. You could connect with your community on what that is, and folks are looking, just like you were. The more consistent that you are, we're just kind of putting what you're good at, not faking it, being genuine with who you are and what your message is. As folks are looking, just like you were scrolling, I'm scrolling, like folks are looking for things that they connect with and they resonate with. And it doesn't have to be to a crowd of 50,000 people. Folks feel like, oh man, until I have 100,000 followers or 1 million followers. It's how deep those connections are, how true and authentic folks are with you. When I posted that we were going to have this chat, and then you posted on your stuff, folks reached out to me and connected with me based on the relationship that they had with you. Exactly. Because they trust you, because they resonate with you, because they have a relationship with you, they now trust, okay, so if she resonates with this dude, then we could probably, start vibing with him as well. And so it speaks to the depth of your community, the depth of your connection, and that you stay so true and genuine to that. So
let me tell you something. There, the term influencer gives me probably the heebie-jeebies. I just feel like something red is coming out of my neck. But it truly, when you have a message to say, and your word and your why, everything is all aligned together. You have the process, and you find that people, then it's when the influencing happens, because they believe you, because they trust you. It's not influencing because you want a brand to sponsor you. It's actually that you have a message, and then those brands actually connect with the message that you say, with the community that follows you. And that's when the true beauty of bringing your message on social media, on LinkedIn happens. I used to think I need to be very formal, very having a very complex language to get my articles or my message on LinkedIn, and that always kept me from hitting the button, hitting the post, hitting publish. But I just said, like, I can't be me if I need to fake something that I am not. And this is my message for everybody who is watching, who wants to be a part of this LinkedIn community, this LinkedIn it's not a movement. We're all together. I always take this analogy about LinkedIn like a big, gigantic networking event. Those expos that we used to go in person, right? We used to go and we used to get our badges. Well, we have our badges every day, and we get to talk to people about a specific topic. So if you're good at something, if you have a good communication strategy with your content, the pillar that you try to build about the knowledge you have, you can talk, you bring the topic as a post, and then people, if it resonates with those people who you are trying to reach out, they will start talking to you in comments. It's not talking about thank you for sharing, good post, keep going. That is not a conversation. A conversation is actually bringing that emotion, bringing that voice, bringing the knowledge, teaching, making people evoke emotions. And yes, for some folks here on LinkedIn, people, they start seeing different ways to capture your attention, and they feel like, well, LinkedIn is lost. It's professionalism. And I find that professionalism has many strengths, many branches, and many personalities. So I encourage you, I love, and that's why I follow you, because you show your true personality here, and you're still professional. You still get to where you want to be. Your voice as an HR lead, as a father, you show it. You weren't live, and your kid ran to you. Your kid was in the back of the car. It was daddy, and I resonate with that because I have a baby who's all the time, mommy. So don't feel afraid of showing, what do you know, and that can help somebody solve a problem. That's how you gain the clients. When you show yourself, when you show your personality, and still have that voice, you have the parent, you have the whole community behind you, for sure.
100%. I appreciate that, and I appreciate that. I've never seen it in that light before. Like LinkedIn is like an expo. You go into a conference, and you have whatever your audience number is. If it's 50 people, 5 people, 100 people, just imagine having 100 people at your table. Right. I think you shared that with me on our conversation. He was like, yeah, you have I was like, oh, only 19. And you're like, just imagine talking to 1,900 people, in that light, and what they're going to connect with is not the shock and awe and the, all that stuff, but it's going to be what your message is and how they resonate. So stay true to that.
Exactly. If you have a business, then what is the problem you're solving? Like, give us a hint with a post. Start talking with the people. It's like the different workshops and pavilions and debates and the forums that happen at an expo. Start talking, and that's why some people get rubbed the wrong way when you send a connection request, for example, and say, "Hey, I think we have a lot in common. Why don't we connect?" And I don't know this person. Because that's not how you connect with people in real life, for God's sake.
That's not how you do it. It has to be, it's like, oh, let's talk about our daughters. Let's talk about our kids. Let's talk about, something that you connect with, and then you start a meaningful conversation versus just a very pathetic, bland kind of template type of response. So Ilia, we are coming to the bottom of our time. 2 things I want to get from you is where can folks find you? What are your handles where folks can find you? And what song should be our outro? What song are we going to dance out to? So those 2 things. Shout out to Megan. Megan got so you said, was Brazil probably the closest?
It was the closest. It wasn't Naisha who said about Brazil, but if it not, it was Megan. So Megan.
Who said? I think Megan said Brazil. Naisha said Cuba. So I think Megan said Brazil first. So Megan, will get you your prizes, your Mr. Meaningful Work swag, Meaningful Monday swagnet, Mr. Meaningful Work happy face, and ooh, look at that man right there.
Awesome.
So yeah. So tell us where we can find you, Ilia, and then tell us what song you want us to outro to.
Well, due to bandwidth, I'm always on LinkedIn. I am always connected. Sometimes I idle for 5 or 10 minutes, but I love talking to people with their posts, engaging with their posts, and keeping myself current. So feel free to reach out at n/Ilia Francis here on LinkedIn, and on Instagram it's the same handle, Ilia Francis, ILIAFRANCIS. On Facebook, I am very little. I have just the basic bandwidth. I just said I'm going to put my efforts in my two main platforms, which are LinkedIn and Instagram. And I love to connect with people who really have a message to say. You want to sell me something? Next.
Yeah.
You connect with me knowing, how I help people, how I can, bring our referral, our recommendation. I'm all the time talking to students and young professionals. I have also business owners who really don't know how to bring probably their message from Instagram, from other channels, from other platforms, and I want to show them how. That's why, I put all the time content, so feel free to connect with me. I am only a message away. For those who know me, you know that I always greet you with video messages as much as I can. You know that, Tim, right?
Yeah.
I just find that this is the very best way to say, hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah. I love that. So LinkedIn, Instagram, catch Ilia Francis, follow her. You will not be disappointed. It will definitely bring a smile to your face. And one of the things I love about Ilia is that she is consistent. I might post once a day or maybe once a week. But Ilia is on there. I mean, through the stories and through the posts, so there's enough content for you to peruse through. And she's bringing knowledge. She does interviews as well. So if you're interested in learning different perspectives, she brings folks on her Instagram Live very, very often. I had the pleasure of being on there, very active, sharing knowledge on LinkedIn as well. And even though we put in the video LinkedIn Whisperer, that's not the only thing that she does. She is a whole entity, the whole package. So interested in learning more.
Also, I'm always forget Hustle and Heels. This is how I came to the entrepreneurial scene. Hustle and Heels is a beautiful project that I have with Adriana Romero, and where I am recording actually episodes for my podcast. Was in season 2, I had a very beautiful and scrappy season 1. If you want to be, you want to know how to go from like really, really scrappy, really bad at talking via podcast, you can hear my story, my first 30 episodes, finding my voice, feeling, the cracking, feeling that I don't know, that, my brain was jammed with information that I did not know how to project it. So if you're starting, go for it because that's the only way you grow. But season 2 is coming and it's great. And it's going to be here on LinkedIn too.
Nice. We're looking forward to that. Those memes that show, how it started and how it's going. So we can do, how it started. So Naisha is asking, what is her name on Instagram? Ilia Francis.
What is ILIAFRANCIS? Just like you see on the title. Sometimes,
Let me see if I can post it in here. ILIAFRANCIS.
There you go. That's the one.
So I'm going to post that on there so folks can see it. And I think that posted on Facebook as well. And what is her name? Well, Hustle and Heels. Hustle and Heels had a data limit problem. Okay, so anyway.
Hustle and Heels. That's where we are. I am also Ilia Francis. I have, streams and tentacles in those 3 social media platforms. The weakest is Facebook, but the strongest are LinkedIn and Instagram. So feel free to reach out.
What song should we outro to? So we got Wacko on here.
Let's
We
see.
got zigzag. You want to do zigzag?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go. Let's play zigzag. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on another late afternoon show live. Our guest tonight, well, it looks like night, but it was this afternoon. Our guest this afternoon was
This is night here.
It's night over there. Oh, yeah, you're in Canada. We even talk about where you're currently staying.
Yes.
Ilia,
Ontario, Canada.
Ontario, Canada. So what time is it for you right now over there?
Excuse me? What was the temperature you mean?
What time? What's the time?
Oh, it's 8:52. So
8:52.
It's bedtime. They're running upstairs, and I'm happy here to have a break.
Yeah, you get some peace and quiet. So we thank you so much for joining us. We're going to play this outro song, which is Zigzag. Guys, join us next week, next Tuesday evening at 5 p.m. for the next episode of Late Afternoon Show. Our guests are awesome. As you can see, Ilia was so awesome. Thank you so much for coming, spending some time with us, letting us learn more about you. That pillow is awesome. I cannot get over that pillow. That is... But we got it. So, guys, we're going to sign off here to some Venezuelan music, some Huaco. Join us next time. Give us a thumbs up if you are joining us live.
Thank you, Tim.
Give us a heart if you are joining us on the rebroadcast. We're going to be sending a snippet, so I'm going to highlight some of the stuff we talked about today, and I'll post it in subsequent LinkedIn posts. So, guys, we're out.
Thank you for inviting me. Bye.
All right.